Hey everybody, welcome to another episode of P&M's Movie Criticisms. I'm Miss M.
And I'm Miss P.
What's up? How is everybody doing? If you're new, thank you for joining us. Sit back and relax, grab your favorite drink, and if you're not new, hey family, it's always nice to have you. So, Miss P, hey, you know what time it is?
To take a nap. Lay down?
No, no, no. Not at all. You. You know what time it is. Yes. Hype.
Oh. Okay. You don't need no hype. You better hype yourself up. You don't need no hype. You better hype yourself up. I mean, you don't need no hype. You better hype yourself up.
Oh my gosh.
You don't need no hype. You better hype yourself up. You don't need no hype. You better hype yourself up. You don't need no hype. You better hype yourself up. You don't need no hype.
Yeah.
You better hype yourself up.
Yeah. That's the P&M movie criticism got the hot sauce. P&M movie criticism, yeah. P&M movie criticism with the hot sauce. Hot sauce. That's right, everybody. We tell you everything that's hot and everything that's not. Woohoo! Isn't that right, Miss P?
That's right, Miss M.
Oh boy, ladies and gentlemen, boy, do we have something special for you today. Miss P loves this. Go ahead, tell them what we're reviewing.
I did not love this. It's called The Weathering from
What?
2023.
Yes, it is. Yes, that's right. It's The Weathering. It's a short that can be found on Netflix, and it is a thriller, 20-minute thriller, starring Miss Alexis Louder, a Miss Alfre Woodard, what's up? Jermaine Fowler, what's up? How you doing? And James Tupper. Okay, that's cool. And Bazad Dabu. Hey guy. I mean, I've never seen you before, but I'm pretty sure you're in other things. It's nice to kind of see you. And Hilda Puno, she must have been like, I don't know, one of the nurses. Anyways, it's directed and written by Megalyn Ekikumoke. Hopefully I said that correctly. If I didn't, please politely correct me. Hey Megalyn, what's up? How you doing? What's up? What you doing? Anyways, yeah, let's talk about it. So Miss P is not that excited about it. But we need to rate this movie. And then we'll give you a quick synopsis. But anyways, we go off of our P in a movie criticism hot sauce chart. And our ratings are based from the hottest at the top, the Carolina Reaper. Below that is the Ghost Pepper. The Ghost Pepper is just missing an element that keeps it from being the Carolina Reaper, which is just pure film perfection. Beneath the Ghost Pepper is the habanero. It's not good, but it's not bad. You don't feel bad about it. It was a feel good type of movie. Beneath that is the jalapeno, which is just meh. Just eh. And then below you have the bell pepper. The bell pepper is, ain't got no type of spice, just blah bland, and you might be emotional about the time that you wasted watching it. But anyways, Miss P, how would you rate The Weathering?
It's going to get a jalapeno from me.
A jalapeno, a
Or
jalapeno.
I'm between a habanero and a jalapeno. The reason why I chose the way I chose was because of this. The acting was actually really good. The reason why it's going to get like a mix between a habanero and a jalapeno, the jalapeno rating is because it was all over the place. Like the directing was all over the place, the writing was all over the place. It just didn't follow any kind of chronological order. That's all.
I can see that. And this is a type of movie that it's only 20 minutes. So more than likely they're trying to put in as many things as possible, but let's go ahead and well, I want to talk about the synopsis, but Miss P, can you tell everybody about our criteria, please?
We do. We have number 9, did we like it or did we love it? Number 8, is it historically accurate? Number 7, did it strike my emotions? Number 6, did it keep my attention? Number 5, the production elements. Number 4, the directing. Number 3, the quality of acting. Number 2, the sound quality and effects. And number 1, the cinematography. My favorite thing in America. Um,
Let's talk about it. So here's a synopsis. You have your protagonist, played by Alexis Louder. Her name is Jamina. Jamina carries her baby to full term. She's in a relationship with Sean. Okay, and this is an interracial relationship. All right. Um, this is an important element in this film simply because this film is about the experiences of Black people. But in short, nobody's listening to her. Okay? Her mate, her partner in life that she is having a baby with, he's not listening. The doctor, he doesn't listen, right? The nurse, when she's in the hospital and she's in labor, she says, she says something is wrong. The nurse says, no, it's okay. Everything's fine. The nurse doesn't listen to her. Nobody listens to her. Blood, blood, blood. And the next thing you know, she's out. She wakes up. She wants to see her baby. Um, that the only thing the doctor will say is that you had a complex pregnancy. Let me give you something to calm you down. Basically, he gives her drugs, right? To just knock her out. To make a long story short, she's at home. Her partner is not there, and things begin happening. Marks appear on her body. Bruises start appearing on her face. Something isn't right. Something is wrong. You know, at one moment she's standing, the next she's on the ground. And then she literally has to come face to face with the demon. And that's all I really want to say. When she comes face to face with the demon, she does something. She's not in anger, but what she does is she understands when she sees, and she shows love because she understands. And perhaps what we thought was a demon wasn't a demon at all. Anyways, she's better at the end when she's whole. Am I missing anything, Miss P?
I mean, that's your synopsis. My synopsis is gonna be a little different. But go ahead. Let's talk about it.
Let's talk about it. All right. So, Miss P, because this is a short, Miss P, she wants to go through the criteria differently. So, Miss P, start off where you want to start off with this film.
All right. Did I like it or did I love it? It was half in between because you see how people get treated. Now, here's a little spoiler alert. Sorry, guys, but here's the thing. Was she being dismissed because she was a Black woman in the hospital? And see, that goes back to what I was going to say before. She's a Black lady. So let's be very specific. She's a Black lady in a white hospital. where she was dismissed. Nobody listened to her. How many times do you hear nobody listens to black women about their bodies? Nobody listens to black women when they know something is wrong, they get dismissed. Um, and that's probably why she lost her baby, was because she was dismissed by everybody around her that should have been caring for her. So that's the one trauma response. Uh, Miss M, did you like it or love it?
It's one of those things where, you know, I mean, I liked it. I didn't love it. Because it's one of those things that taps into the fears of black women. So it can be emotionally triggering.
Mhm.
And it can be very emotionally triggering. Because you just have all of this, a lot of black women, a lot of us do feel like we're often dismissed, that we are not taken seriously when it comes to our bodies. Um, but these are just things that continue to happen in our medical system because of how our medical system was built, especially for gynecology, which is wrapped in obstetricians too. Oftentimes, obstetricians that give birth, that help women give birth to their babies, the doctors, they're gynecologists. Okay, these sciences were built on the bodies of black women. Such, for example, as Dr. James Marion. He is known as the father of modern gynecology, and he often honed all of his practices, many practices that he perfected, okay, on the bodies of black women. And they were often done little to no anesthesia because for whatever reason, they think black people don't feel pain like white people, right? And that was used as a justification. So when I see this film, I'm thinking to myself, there's going to be a lot of people who watch this film and they're not going to quite understand what's happening because this is something that is a part of our United States history that is not talked about. But that's all I have to say.
Um, but that was the one thing. Did it strike my emotions? I was like, oh, here we go. Another disturbing, but yet it's about loss. It's about loss. This whole movie is about losing not only the baby, but she lost her. Like,
Mhm.
that's the whole thing is we are so self-destructive to ourselves that we cause our own self-harm.
Yeah, yeah,
And
definitely.
you're thinking the whole time is like, is something supernatural going on? What is happening? And then all the meantime, sorry, spoiler alert, it's her. It's her beating herself up. And she can't deal and she doesn't have the skills to deal. Then her friend, if he's even really real, comes over and he tries to make moves on her. They made her over sexualized. Like it wasn't even her that did it, it was him. And that was kind of sick.
Yeah, it was very sick because your friend just had a miscarriage. Like, she carried her baby to term all of the way. Now, did she say something's wrong to the medical professionals? Did the medical professionals listen? No, they did not. Her baby is gone now. Gone, gone, gone. And he decides, oh, let me take you to the bedroom. Let's do it. No, she's not in the headspace to be romantically involved with you. Have some decency and let the woman breathe and grieve instead of coming on to her when she is at her at her most emotional,
And lowest
vulnerable, and
state,
psychologically debilitating state. Huh, Miss P?
her lowest state at that. She was naked when he found her.
True, true. Yeah, he's not. Yeah, yeah. So, yeah, not even, right? So
Hmm.
who knows? And then the way he comes on to her, who knows? He was probably filling her up when she was when she was lacked consciousness. What is that? Yeah, yeah. But anyways, when she was when she was knocked out, he was probably taking liberties with her then. 'Cause he was sure was taking liberties when she was awoke. So imagine what he was doing when she was asleep.
Hmm. But see, that just goes to show you too, creeps. Like, no matter
Mhm.
how big or how small you think you're not showing any signs of, I'm not trying to show you anything. I'm not trying to, I just want to have a platonic friendship. If the guy doesn't see that, he's going to think, oh, she wants more from me. And you don't.
Mm.
And that's what happened. And then he got mad and said, well, I'm going to, basically, I'm going to, give her, all the stuff. Ouch.
Yeah. So basically, that, you have to let people breathe. And then guys, when it comes to platonic relationships, honestly, from my experience, a guy never really wants to just be a friend. For me, I think that's just a lie. And they'll tell you that they understand what a platonic relationship is. Hey, we're cool, but they never really understand that. They really don't. In the back of their mind, you know what they're thinking? They're thinking, she's saying that now, but I'm going to convince her. Every chance he gets to hang out with you is an opportunity for you to not see him as like a brother, but as a lover.
Oh,
Every time a guy has the opportunity to hang out with you as a friend, at the back of his mind, he's thinking, this is an opportunity for her not to think of me as a brother, but a lover. No, bruh, let me tell you, no, it's not like that. You know, if she likes you, she'll let you know, she'll show you. Anyways, what's next, Miss P?
okay. So we talked about, basically the acting and we did that whole thing. How did you feel about the cinematography this time?
The cinematography was pretty good. I mean, the whole film was pretty well done, I think, when it comes to cinematography, sound quality, the blood, the quality of acting. It's always a challenge to try to fit in all of those elements. So our director, Megalyn had a tall order to put in a full story arc in 20 minutes
But
and
she did
everything.
it.
And I think it was risky. I think it was very risky.
But she did
Um,
it. She did it.
She did it. She did do it. But at the same time, again, I think if people don't have an understanding of the history of black women in medicine and doctors, I don't believe that they'll understand the full context of what was being portrayed in this film
I,
without the historical context.
well, no, I think they would, but they probably just wouldn't understand it as much because you can still see it's trauma, regardless of if you know anything or not. You can still see it as trauma. She had a trauma response.
But Miss P, think about this. Okay, spoiler alert in five, four, three, two, one. Okay, While she's in the hospital, she has this vision, let's say, and she's walking to a room in her medical, and she has her medical robe on, and there's a woman's voice that laughs and says, "We killed the baby." Like, what is that?
Her,
Who is that?
no, that is her mind. Like, that is a trauma response. Like, if you never had deep trauma before, and I mean, like, really deep trauma, everybody's trauma doesn't sound the same. Everybody doesn't do the same thing when they go through trauma. Everybody's not the same, right? So her trauma response, if you notice, it was to beat herself up. Whether it be physically, mentally, she kept beating herself up.
There, that was different. That was different. I interpret that completely differently. And here's why. Now, I'm about to get
Here we
very,
go.
very historical. That's right. You know how I am. You know how Miss M is. Okay. Now,
Yeah. No.
one of the things that here in the United States have a very interesting history. And within that history, not only do we have a plethora of medical experiments where Black women were experimented on, and not just in slavery, but even after slavery. Okay, and then let's not even talk about the Tuskegee Airmen. And the syphilis, black males too, mind you. But here, this is a black female, so this is where we're going to concentrate. And let's not talk. And then for those of you who know about Henrietta Lacks, and how they still have her cells to this day, known as the HeLa cells. Okay? And then on top of that, I'm going to take it a step further, and we're talking about eugenics. And let's not talk about how eugenics has been used as a way for people to control the population of at the time eugenics is illegal, but when eugenics was legal, it was often used on marginalized groups. Okay, so eugenics was pushed very heavily on your undesirables, the minorities, if you will, in society. So you do have the state-sponsored eugenics programs, and this was perfectly fine. Eugenics was a very normal thing, right? So, but anyways, I don't want to, we could have a whole episode about the history of eugenics in Black people. Okay, and how it was used. And there are many groups, any group that was marginalized, they pushed eugenics upon. Okay, all right, that's just the thing. And so when she walks into the room, okay, with her medical robe on, and you hear the woman say, "We killed the baby." Honestly, that's what my mind started thinking about. My mind started thinking about it. Okay? For those of you who are history buffs, I'm going to take you to the website. There's a website, okay, it's a .gov website, and it's called www.genome.government. Genome.gov is a government website. On this government website, they talk about there are many articles that talk about the legacies of slavery and eugenics. Okay, if you're interested, here's the name of the article: Legacies of Slavery and the Early Eugenics Movement. There's also an article called Eugenics and Scientific Racism. Now, mind you, this is a .gov website. This is the United States government website that talks about health, okay? And they talk about is this in slavery, all right? And I'm going to read you something from the National Human Genome Research Institute, okay? Here goes, just to give you a breakdown. Eugenics is the scientifically inaccurate theory that humans can be improved through selective breeding of populations. Point one. Okay. Point two, eugenicists believed in a prejudiced and incorrect understanding of Mendelian genetics that claimed abstract human qualities, for example, intelligence and social behaviors, that they were inherited in a simple fashion. Similarly, they believed complex diseases and disorders were solely the outcome of genetic inheritance. Point three, the implementation of eugenics practices has caused widespread harm, particularly to populations that are being marginalized. Point four, eugenics is not a fringe movement. Starting in the late 1800s, leaders and intellectuals worldwide perpetuated eugenic beliefs and policies based on common racist and xenophobic attitudes. Many of these beliefs and policies still exist in the United States. Point five. The genomics communities continue to work to scientifically debunk eugenic myths and combat modern day manifestations of eugenics and scientific racism, particularly as they affect people of color, people with disabilities, and LGBTQ plus individuals. Again, this is found on a site called National Human Genome Scientific Research, and it is entitled Eugenics and Scientific Racism. A lot of the attitudes that we see in the medical system today are still perpetuated right now to this day, despite the fact that they started hundreds of years ago. So when she walks into that room in her medical robe and a woman laughs, "We killed your baby," or "We killed the baby," and spoiler alert, okay, she's lying on a table, butt naked, surrounded by food, her pregnant belly exposed. Someone has a knife and a fork, and they're cutting into her belly. That's all I gotta say. And this is just how I perceive it.
After the long fall, there comes the sun again. Ladies
I
and
know.
gentlemen, that was a deep dive because she gets real impassioned and embroiled and you can't stop her. So it's best just to let her do these things.
Thank
But
you.
back to the movie. I agree with what she said, but I'm going to put it in basic lay terms for the people that are not history buffs and don't really care that much. It equates to this. Black people go to the hospital, you're lying, you're not in pain, you don't feel pain the same way. A white person goes, "Oh, here's Oxycontin, here's here's whatever medicine, here's this, here's that." And we don't have any record of going to the hospital or being, addicted to painkillers or nothing. So it's just one of those things where you're kind of damned if you do, damned if you don't. Um, so for me, this movie was very, once again, just like Straw, just like Bring Her Back. It's a tale of emotional damage.
Right?
Emotional damage.
Right? And here's the deal. Her name is Jamina. Jamina. Gemini. Because right before she, spoiler alert, I didn't say there's a whole bunch of spoiler alerts in this one. Ladies and gentlemen, we normally like to limit spoiler alerts or not do them at all, but but here's a spoiler alert. You know that right before she's dragged away, okay, there's a mirror there. So it's her lying on the bed, but then you see her reflection, right? So when she's dragged away, you know, she has a doppelganger, right? This is the doppelganger. Gemini, mirror showing two images of her doppelganger. You know, anyway, that's all I got to say about that, too.
Because it was about to start again. So back to the movie. Sure.
But
The acting was good. So basically, still, I'm giving it half jalapeno, half habanero.
I'm gonna just give it a habanero because putting in all those details again in 20 minutes is not easy. One. Number two, like I said, I mean, I think it was bold to do it because a lot of people aren't even aware of the historical context. And I guess for me, I'm looking purely at it from a historical standpoint. Yeah. So I thought it was bold. I thought it was brazen, Megalyn. I really did. I really, really did. That was really, 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 really brazen of you. But go ahead, girl, you do your thing. I'm not mad at you. You do it. You did it. Yeah. Do you have anything else you want to say about this film, Miss P?
No, that's it.
That's it. Ladies and gentlemen, it's a 22-minute thriller. Okay, it stars your boy Jermaine Fowler. It's got your girl Alexis Louder. It's got your OG woman Alfre Woodard. You know, go check it out. Written and directed by Magdalene Cool. Okay, I hope I said that correctly. Again, if not, politely correct me. Check it out. It's worth the watch. Hey, I'm Miss M, and I'm about this piece.
And I Miss P. Bye.
See y'all later.